So, welcome back.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while.
5 years since we've done this last.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot has changed.
Yeah, we don't have a place to do this. We're kind of doing this on the fly in the library right now.
A little last minute.
Yeah.
A little last minute. But I mean, that's kind of what we do.
Yeah, that's the nature of my life.
Yeah, that's how we do things. That's why we're Squirrel Trails.
Squirrel Trails,
we
yeah.
do random things at random times.
At random times.
So we're back. And why am I back? Why are we back?
So, your life is changing again.
It is.
And why did we stop? Let's first of all talk about that. Why did we stop?
Yeah, it was me. Yeah.
It was all you.
All me. It was all me. I went over the road.
By that you meant driving.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to let people know what that means.
As a truck driver, people know what OTR is.
Right.
So yes, I was an OTR. I was over the road truck driver for a few years.
Yep.
That was a ride.
Yeah. Pardon the expression.
Right. And so we thought our goal was to, while I was over the road, either record from the hotel.
Right.
But that never worked out.
Yeah, it didn't work out. I mean, your schedule was such that we didn't really have any time to set it up, make it happen, let it fit. So at any rate, you ended up doing something weird. You changed your job. You ended up driving all over the road. Be honest, there were nights you didn't have a hotel room.
Yeah, sleeping in a truck is fun.
There wasn't even a place for you to record at that point in time. So anyway, that was 5 years ago. You've been driving a truck for 5 years.
Yep.
And I've just been doing my thing. I still do information security, IT. That's what I do.
Nothing's changed for you.
Yeah. Well, I got sucked into Taekwondo, so now I'm getting kicked around on the mat by kids. So, but that's
put you in the hospital.
For a couple of hours.
Couple times.
Get it checked out, and but I have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Recommend for anybody as you get older, stay active. Martial arts is a way to stay active. Absolutely encourage it.
100%.
So, and it was your fault that I started doing that because it was your daughter that got me into it.
Yes.
So,
because I wasn't home.
You weren't home,
to do
so
it.
I was taking her there. So.
Yep.
All right. So we have no structure for this. As we continue to, it's what we do. So now you're back.
I'm back.
You're not driving anymore. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Why am I not driving?
Yeah, what caused that?
A few things.
Paying your bills could be one.
Paying the bills, yeah. So truck driving is you can make some money in truck driving. You also cannot make money in truck driving. A lot of expenses, and I have come to the determination that I am unwilling to break the rules to make money.
So really and it's not like you can't make money as a driver, but it's really hard if you're going to follow all the rules. Because you only drive so many hours a day.
Yep.
You can only be on shift so many hours a day, counts as shift times. And the shipping companies, and more importantly, the brokers.
The brokers and shipping companies, they don't care.
They don't care.
They could care less. They want their product there now.
Right.
Whether they have paid for it to be there on time or not, they don't care. They want it there now.
And as a consumer, I really like that thought.
100%. And as a driver, it's tough because we're trying. There's so many different things that can go wrong. That hey, sorry, we can't be there on time. It snowed.
Right.
It's not my fault.
Right.
Well, yeah, but then just bring it here. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
So
yeah, okay.
You're already past your drive time, but yeah, keep driving. So you can get it there because that's the way you make money.
Yep. And again, this is something we talked about is do companies order stuff without that window, that break window?
Yeah, just in
time deliveries.
Yeah. It's a deal as opposed to just in case. Give yourself some buffer room.
Yep.
True in most things in life. If you plan for zero space,
if you don't plan for wiggle room,
that's bad things happen.
Bad things happen.
I don't care what industry you're in.
Yep.
So, but the other challenge with that is simply because you chose not to follow the rule, chose to follow the rules, doesn't mean
someone else. And that's because people, if I'm unwilling to do it, a broker can just say, we'll just call someone else.
Right.
And kind of what happened.
And how easy is it for them to find somebody?
Pretty easy, because...
What does it take to get into this field?
You would think a lot. No, not really. It's surprising.
Yeah.
Especially depending on the state you're in.
Yeah. So driver's license.
Maybe
a driver's license.
Insurance. Your authority.
All the things that you and I, that you out there listening, watching, hopefully somebody's watching, that is... We think that there are rules around Department of Transportation and how this works. The reality is, once you get into the industry, it's a little scary.
Yeah.
And but that's, we're hearing that in the news already these days, so I don't need to drill into that. But let's just say drivers are a consumable asset.
Yep.
Because how fast do drivers churn in what you're doing?
Yeah, people I know switch companies every 30 days, every 90 days, just because one company says they can make money here. That doesn't happen. You switch companies. So we won't go into the driver shortage, because
there isn't a driver.
There really isn't one, in my opinion, because it looks that way, because there's so many people looking for drivers. That's because people are switching companies so often, because the grass is greener on the other side, which
isn't true in most jobs. Isn't really the case. All right, so we can talk about that for hours.
We could talk about driving forever. And maybe if we get enough comments, maybe we'll do a separate video on that. So
what are you doing now? So
what am I doing now?
You're not driving, so you've decided to change careers, and you're not going to do information security or IT.
I'm not going into IT.
Much as I would love him to, he's chosen not to. So what are you going to do instead?
I had decided to go welding.
Why did you choose welding?
I talked to a guy.
Definition. Okay, you think Squirrel Trails is simply a logo? No, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. Be honest. It was literally, I was trying to decide welding or electrician.
Okay.
And I just happened to talk to a welder, and he said, hey, this is how the path works. This is how quickly you can make it happen. I said, okay, that works.
Yep. And it is a good field.
It is good.
And to be honest, I'm surprised no one. I did research on that. That is a really good field to get into.
So is electrician.
Both of those
both fields are really good to get into.
The challenge in both fields is you could spend a lot of time in an uncomfortable weather.
Yeah. Yep.
So you're going to be able to do that, and safety is an issue in both of those.
That's one of the things that I think that I'm going to find that I, again, liked about trucking is all the safety rules.
Yep.
I'm going to be one of those guys that, hey, here's the safety when it comes to welding.
Yep.
In class and outside of class, because it's something I've learned to develop is safety rules, regulations, both in trucking, in IT, kind of the rules, and now going to be in welding.
So when you think about it, in welding, that's really important because you're actually constructing something.
Yep.
And it's got to be built to a given standard to support given stresses and given pressure levels. And if the weld isn't adequate to do that, bad things happen.
Yeah, because weld is essentially a chemical reaction between hot and something that we're going to melt something on.
Right.
What we're going to be learning in class is that you're actually fusing metals together.
Right.
Which is kind of a cool concept. But if you don't fuse it right, it's going to break. Depending on what that weld is supposed to hold, whether it be a guardrail or a tank, you're going to have to require different welds. So it's going to be kind of cool to learn that, and I'm excited for that process.
Yeah, pretty unforgiving.
It is. And be honest, being in a class welding, the school I'm going to, essentially we're going to do an hour class in the morning, and the rest of the 7 or 8 hour day, so 7 hours left in the day, besides a few breaks for lunch, is all welding. So it's almost 100% hands-on, which is awesome.
So the approach that we're going to take with this, guys and gals, is that we're going to be talking about what it is that he's going to be doing this next week And then each week, a little bit about what he's been doing, what he's learned with that, and how that applies to life in general. There are some, because this is a learning process. And it's really cool that he's moving into a field, a skilled trade. Because there isn't, I say this as a person that's been in a white collar job for 45 years.
How old is dirt?
Yes. Okay. I was there before white collars. Yeah, not quite. So moving into a skilled trades, and there's a big emphasis now on getting people back into the skilled trades and not incurring a lot of college debt.
Yeah.
So that's a big part of this. So we'll be talking about what he learns with that. So it's not going to be just like sitting in a class and taking notes and taking a test and filling out a blue book.
Actually, no. There's going to be a lot of actual hands-on work.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Army.
Yeah.
10% book work, the rest getting yelled at.
Okay.
Same kind of training.
Yep.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. Getting yelled at is fun.
That's going to make a comment about why you're married, but let's not get. You may want to cut that line out.
Might watch this. But just because I'm going into welding doesn't mean I can't have an interest in anything IT field, like especially AI.
Absolutely.
Security. Just this week alone, there was a couple of different articles. I sent you a few today.
Yep.
And one of them talk about AI. Not my girlfriend, as my wife calls my AI assistant.
Because he chats with his AI product more than he does his wife.
Yep. So we won't get into that because again,
she
my
might
AI
watch
girlfriend
this.
might watch this.
Yes. That would be bad.
So what happened this weekend?
So one of the articles that David sent me was an article that came out from IBM's Threat Index report on AI and agentic AI and the challenges we're seeing with that. I think any of you that are in the information technology field, you already seen the amount of publications. Your email is probably drilling with the number of ads and articles about how AI is going to change and is already changing the threat environment related to information security. And that's absolutely the case. And I don't need to drill into that too hard. One of the things that the article did point out, though, is that there's been a 44% increase in attacks using agentic AI over time. Now, why is that the case?
I think because we're all using it. It's easier.
It's easier?
To be honest, I think that's why a lot of us use AI is it's easier. It makes life a little bit easier, and maybe it makes the hacker's life a little bit easier.
But it absolutely makes the hacker's life easier because there's better automation with they're using these tools, and that's what agents are. And if you think about what an agent is in AI, you've essentially, with just a little bit of effort, created for all intents and purposes, a human to do attacks for you. And you can embed them in stages. So very much similar to containers, if you would, from a technology perspective. You can build those things based upon what they're seeing. And it's all about prompting. And most of us are pretty good about talking. So you're able to actually build those things fairly easily. The downside is, what happens when the companies are now pushing you to use AI in your job? Are you trained to actually think about how I have the right guardrails and what am I protecting myself? So if the attackers gain access to my account, they now have the ability to do a lot more work because they can now do stronger attacks when they've gotten into the perimeter through the use of that AI, because based on my access. One of the things that we found recently is that AI tools are the absolute best search agent within that you can use to look within your environment.
Oh, sure.
So I can write a prompt that says, hey, go find X.
Yep.
PCI data it might be, or something like that.
Because it's better, because it will actually search everything on your database outside of, because if you just do a search tool, it's going to lurk and it point the search tool.
Correct.
Look here. Look in this folder.
Yep.
Hey, look in this folder for a search. With your AI agent, you just say, hey, go look for this, and it will do that work for you.
And by default, it searches everything that you have access to.
Yep. Or
well, let me everything that you have access to, whether you thought you had access to it or not.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that we're finding is that overprivileged capabilities, where people have more access than they thought they have or they actually need, that's going to get sussed out by the AI tool. And so we're seeing attacks that are more successful because they're able to get in, use that tool, and then search the entirety of the environment with one search string as opposed to executing a series of attacks and a series of search engines. So AI makes that attack so much more successful, but the reason for that is that our systems, we're still running legacy systems, we haven't secured those things, and we haven't built the right guardrails. In many ways, maybe more red teams should be using AI tools to do that work.
Are there AI tools to look for the hackers, to look for those weaknesses before the hackers do?
Yeah, absolutely. Because so it's always a running battle between attackers and defense.
Yep.
So that runs together. And so we've simply opened the door again now with AI to that next point of the conversation. I think, and I've said this at my office, that in many ways, the use of agentic AI, we've now created something that occurred way before you were around. When we opened the door to having end-user computing with microcomputers in the early 80s.
Okay.
We stood things up, and we've now told people to start using them, and without any of the control sets that we would normally have and protections that we would normally have. So that's going to get us in trouble. I could spend, and probably spent too long talking about this, but key thing, we're running legacy systems that have a lot of weaknesses in them. We've encouraged users to develop tool sets with AI that gets broad access to environments, and we still have a lot of outward-facing, less secure environments. And the attackers can use faster attacks to get in.
And we're not just talking about organizations. We're also talking about personal.
Great point.
Our home.
Yeah.
Our home computer, because a lot of us are working from home. And not just working from home, but just our personal data. We're doing baking from home. We're making grocery lists. We're organizing our lifestyle.
So let's think about that for just a minute. You've decided to use, not you, because I'll hurt you if you do this, but let's say you're using AI to reach out and check your bank balance, do money transfers, do a lot of other things that you could absolutely
manage your budget.
Manage your budget. And do that with your own tool, your own AI-driven tool.
But isn't that what it's there for? To use it to help you budget, to help you plan? That's how it's been marketed.
Yeah, and so if you hire an assistant to help you with all those things, that's cool. But you'll validate and vet that person that you've hired to do that work. If what you've done is now created an AI to do that, have you got the right sets to say what you can and can't do with that money? Because the AI tool, depending upon how you built that prompt, may choose to, I'm going to pay money to this person instead.
Go shopping for you?
Yes, and could, and there are...
Like the refrigerator, that when you take something out, it orders the item for you? That was a topic that we almost talked about for a while.
We did, we did. So, anyway, we may and probably will drill in on these, and hopefully the next time I'll be a little bit prepared and we can actually focus this.
We'll both be prepared. Because again, we talked about, we'll do a 10-minute video. Yeah, it's been a little longer than 10 minutes. But kind of we're wrapping up here. So this is our plan is to be back.
Yes. And we're going to try to talk about things that are interesting. We need you to let us know the things that you're interested in. And if you're interested in welding and what does it mean to change careers? How old are you, David?
40.
40. So mid-career, I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. So mid-career changes, we could certainly drill on what that is.
And it's okay to change careers.
Yep. And to be honest, I could do an hour talking about Taekwondo at some point in time.
Yeah.
Because, so let us know about the topics that you've got. At some point in time, I may actually have to retire. So I could probably use your guidance as well on,
what to do in retirement?
Yeah, because I have no clue.
No clue?
Yeah. I have no life, so.
No, your life is working. We're back. We're not going to just talk about my career path. Be honest, it is fun and enjoyable.
We may actually put a clock on the wall so next to say, done.
Timer, Next topic. But hey, again, we're squirrel trails.
Yes.
We are squirrels. You're running around.
Welcome to my boss's life.
So path in the snow would be all over the place.
All over the place, yes.
But our goal is to essentially do a couple things. One, get back into talking about the industry, different things going on, the good, the bad, and the neutral, and to talk about transition. So not only will we be doing that, talking about IT stuff, but we're going to talk about my path and schooling and how that's going, and go over that.
And we'll try to find some humor in this, because at the end of the day, if we're not having fun, we shouldn't be doing this.
Oh, we're always having fun.
So this is the key. We want to find some humor. We'll try to make sure I have some articles that aren't not just dry, hey, AI security, but boy, was that stupid.
Yeah. If you guys find something, let us know.
Yeah.
Because we can't find everything.
Yep.
Unless I can ask my AI girlfriend to start finding articles for us.
There would be an interesting. Again, one of the things we could do.
Another topic.
All right, we should wrap this up though at some point in time.
So stay tuned. We're going to do weekly videos again, and let's follow the journey and the path, and we'll see how it goes.
Cool.
So awesome. I appreciate you guys staying tuned and sticking with us. So until next time, happy trails.
We'll have fun.